Hello, everyone. Welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for this edition of YBMcast, powered by Game 7 Baseball, Game7Baseball.com. And today on the show, Mr. Dave Penning with the Game 7 Baseball wrap-up from a tumultuous weekend. We'll put it that way, right? Joining us on the Prime Sports Midwest call-in link, are you at the northern office today, Dave?
Yes, sir, I am at the northern office, and that's Mr. Schmidt calling right there. I have to call him back.
Hey, Dave, we're on the show real quick, buddy. We won't keep him too long. I know you got business to take care of. These are the weekends that really try you, aren't they, Dave?
Yeah, puts a little more gray in beard, if you will. It's busy weekend at all the parks. Like to thank before we get started here, I'd like to thank the staff at all the parks and the umpires. You know, once you get set back and you get these delays, you know, we're not the only ones affected. The staff members and the umpires get affected too. So, thanks for hanging in there with us, guys. We were able to complete all the venues across the states that we had. So it was trying times, but you know what they say, no hill for a climber, right?
That's it. Yeah, because I'm looking through, as always, folks, we have the ticker rolling. Champions across the ticker there. Take a look at that as we're talking about the weekend. We were looking at the Midwest Mayhem over at BMAC. Yeah, I think it was either the 9 or 10U, one of the younger groups. Their championship game was at 8:45 that Sunday night.
Yeah, it was a late one there, BMAC, and that place especially. Thanks for hanging in there with us, guys. We did get some, I guess, misleading information in the start time, so we had to jostle around at the last minute. So thanks for hanging in there with us, everybody, on that, the teams and the parents, the players, coaches, and like I alluded to, the umpires to stick around and adjust their Sunday schedule to help make that happen.
Absolutely. And this is what makes the turf so nice when you're out at Warrenton, right, Dave?
Yes, sir, it does.
And no offense to, I'm not trying to, the folks at BMAC they work as hard as they can. We've been out there when the rains have just went, and there's some rivers that start to flow around BMAC when that happens. And it's tough. And I always feel bad for the guys, that they work. Everybody's working hard to try and create the best case scenario. But to get some baseball in, Dave, talk to us. One of the things that we're going to start doing, we haven't quite got it yet, but we want to start on the wrap-up show giving out helmet stickers.
Cool.
Right? So
This
is going to be something we're going to do. So just a prelude to this, who would you give a helmet sticker to today?
Everyone who hung in there with us. We'll print them all out. Everyone who attended last weekend was trying times. I was personally in Branson Ballparks of America. Had a big one down there. They have a new facilities manager there. I'd probably give my helmet sticker to Chris down there at the Ballparks of America and tell him to put it on his many hats that he wears, because the communication was great with him. And Sunday we delayed because there was a 100% chance of rain all throughout the day. So I was 4:30 in the morning, and the biggest thunderstorm rolled through there, woke me out of bed. I didn't sleep a wink. So I got up, looked at the radar. We decided together to delay it 2 hours back to 10 o'clock, cut the game times a little bit down to hour 30 soft time, and which ended up right around 8 o'clock or so. But we were able to get every age group in outside of the 13U AAA. Didn't quite make it before Mother Nature really hankered down and set in there.
Sweet. So there's the first official helmet sticker of the 2024 season. Goes to Chris over at Ballparks National. I love
America. Ballparks of America.
Ballparks of America. Excuse me. Oh, you guys were in Branson. I'm sorry, not Ballparks National.
We were as well we were at both places last week, and they
Okay.
did a good job there too. Nick Bensinger was down at Ballparks National at the lake. Those guys made it happen too. They went off without a hitch there, completed all the divisions. We had 11s and 12s there. Big Nick was down there and took good care of the teams down there, and was able to complete that tournament into its entirety. A 100% turf complex there. So thanks to the folks at Ballparks National as well.
I think, and that to me is where you have to err on the side of caution.
Yeah, it's then you get delays, and everybody thinks that as soon as it stops raining, you're ready to go, and it creates wreaks havoc with the schedule. But we have a pretty good software communication device in our scheduling that makes, I don't want to say our job easier, it makes it more efficient to get that message out to the team. So everybody likes good communication, and Dave and I do our absolute best, and our site directors that are on site, to communicate with one another and to get that message out to the teams, because it's imperative to kind of stay on time and stay on schedule. And with our software and our website and our Rain Out hotline, all those three pieces of communication devices really help out to make things go smoothly. And for the most part, everybody is very receptive of it and appreciative of it. But every once in a while, you get your proverbial sour grape involved, but we don't let that ruin it for us.
And here's another part of this, why I like the tournament wrap-up show. We've got the ticker going. A lot of people have seen the pictures. Schmidt does a great job getting pictures up. You see the MVPs, you see the champions. It's great on the social media. And I love this opportunity when we get to talk, Dave, because people get a perspective. This is that open line of communication. Here's one of the national directors of Game 7 baseball from across the talking to people about, and it's transparent. Here's what we do, folks. And I love this part of it because I know you're willing to talk and to say, and here's what we do. This is why we do it. And that, I think, is a great piece to this. And I hope people are paying attention, right?
Yeah, not only Darren up in Quincy, they experienced some, heck, that was a big storm. It's basically statewide, throughout the day. So Darren battled through it up there in Quincy. He was able to complete his entire venue. And also, Brian, we had one down in St. John as well that they had like 4 turf fields and 2 regular fields, but I think they were able to complete their whole venue as well. So kudos to those guys down there in St. John. Nick and his guys did a great job, and Darren and his guys did a great job up north in Quincy.
I love that. And that's the thing, because we were driving to Kansas City for our Missouri showcase, and I mean, the wind was blowing. And Dave, I appreciate the advice on the dual tandem.
Yes.
Or the tandem axle trailer.
There you go. Yeah.
Because the mobile studio was mobile and the wind was wreaking havoc.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
It makes a difference because, I mean, it was blowing pretty good out of the south. And, so we drove, and it was statewide, because when we left O'Fallon, Missouri Sunday morning, we drove right through all of it, and it stayed all day. I mean, it didn't clear up in Kansas City till about 7 o'clock that night, Sunday night. So.
Yeah, Sunday down in Branson, because I was there personally, but it rained intermittently off and on, and we got one good clip there for about 2 minutes but we pushed right through it.
I love it.
Guys were great. The umpires hung in there, fans hung in there, the kids, they loved it, and we were able to complete it all except for that 13U AAA where we awarded co-champions on there, Brian.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. It's youth baseball. Come on, folks. Right? I love that, Dave. I love that. There's a group here I want to go through a little bit. I'm looking at this and I want to chat a little bit. We haven't talked too much about Tennessee. I want to talk a little Tennessee here, because I'm looking through this weekend's tournament. They had 77 teams. And in the 110U bracket, they had 21 teams in that bracket, Dave. Jeez. That's a lot of fields, man.
Yes, it is.
And our good buddy, I always like to do this, has a show, the YBMcast Tennessee, Baron Mathis. He had his 10U squad in the event over there. And Dave, for the folks, and if people want to travel down, there's a great Game 7 venue down there, Tennessee. They do it a little different, and we saw a little bit of this when we were down there with the meet and greets. Once they go through pool play, they break up depending upon how many teams. They have a 10U Open, a 10U AA, and a 10U AA minor brackets. So they're trying to fit competition and kind of weed through the competition that way and set the championship brackets in a competitive level. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's all the way you seed it out. You gold, silver, bronze, however you brand it. It's just a branding, if you will, because, yeah, we do the same thing here. We just brand it differently. You break it down into gold or silver or top or bottom, however it is, because you can only take X amount of teams into Sunday. Our method is we don't want to have a team playing 4 games in one day.
Absolutely. And that gets that's brutal. But Coach Mathis, his squad, they ended up in the what we would call I guess the gold bracket. Theirs is the open. He was the 2 seed, got ousted by the TriStar Titans, who made it all the way to the championship team, losing to the Tennessee Fusion. The Eagleville Mudcats, I love that name, Eagleville Mudcats. I mean, just a contrast. You have Eagles on this side, you have Mudcats on the other. I mean, that's a dichotomy in terms. I love it. Tidal Wave Baseball, Wilco Sluggers. These are all teams hopefully we're going to be looking at. The Blues, they were originally scheduled for we're going to try and get them back. They were originally scheduled. Isn't that the Blues Baseball? Am I correct?
Yes. Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky, yeah. They were in that. They were the 4 seed in that 10U. So we have a little familiarity with Hojo Baseball. Their 10U squad was in the silver. Coach Bourne's squad, they got into the semifinals, or actually they got into the championship game, losing to the Hendersonville Rangers. So some familiarity with some of that. We saw the Hojo Baseball Club on the winter workout tour, so give a little shout out to the Hojo Baseball group. Then all the way down, you had the silver. There's a lot of teams, Dave. The S2 Baseball. Not familiar with that at all. But hopefully, and I'm starting to look at some of these things, and we're going to talk with Baron Mathis, who's doing the YBMcast on that side, talk a little more about the Game 7 baseball and his bringing some of those things to bear a little bit, talking about some of the weekend stuff and looking at that on that level as we move through this. Because that was a heck of a huge tournament and a good one. Good competition across the board, scores, reflected that. And it reflected it in how they set everything in motion. So I thought it was pretty interesting. The other part here, like I said, Dave, is we're finishing up. We got a little preview. Cinco de Mayo coming up. The sombreros are ready, correct?
They're ready. They're ready. Got a nice little addition to the sombreros this year. You'll love it.
Oh, we're going to keep that as a surprise, folks.
That's right.
Dave. There you go. I love that. I love that. Looks like some really good brackets will be out at Warrenton again. I really like the 14U. I was checking out the 14U for this weekend, and the schedules are already available, folks. Go check it out. I love that, Dave. I love that. So go check out the schedule. I love this. We got Illinois teams, got Jeff City, Silex Mo, a whole bunch from around the area. Arnold coming up there. So is some teams we haven't seen before. So that to me is very exciting in getting that opportunity to see some teams we haven't seen before.
Good mix of teams. Good mix of teams. You guys are going to be out there this weekend, correct?
That's correct. That's correct. We're going to be having some fun. We'll be out there with Prime Sports Midwest again. They'll have the store out there, so you want to check that out. Perusing the gloves, the bats. Hopefully we'll see. We're working towards maybe even having some demo opportunities with some bats. If you want to swing a bat, I don't know. I'm just saying. Never know. But always fun stuff. But we're not going to keep Dave. He's got things to do, people to see. He's more important than we are, because that's what he does. He's the big guy, the head honcho, the big cheese.
About that.
And don't forget, folks, the 14U, our top award, and POG, which enters them into the Super 7 Scholarship Award, where we're giving away $1,000 of Dave Schmidt's money. And, we say that because he's not here. Oh, mercy. But, we're having some fun with it. But, Dave, as always, bud, thanks for the knowledge. I appreciate you coming on and wrapping up the weekend. Remember, we got the ticker. Helmet stickers. I love the new helmet sticker. We're going to get that rolling. So we're going to be talking about that when we're out at the Cinco de Mayo. So we'll have some helmet stickers to give away on the next show. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, before we sign off here, I'd like to say, hey, thanks to everybody who competed over the weekend, and especially I alluded to earlier in the show, the umpires, man, thanks for hanging in there with us through the bad weather, because that's a lot of work that goes unseen. We need those guys out there, and not only do we encounter delays, they're sacrificing time away from their families as well, because they get delayed as well. So thanks to all that, and also congratulations to all the champions, all the runner-ups, and congratulations to all the all-stars. I had some fun with the guys, the kids down there in Branson. After I told them what was all entailed, they were really intrigued about the situation. And also, Brian, kudos to the 9U Texas Bearcats that came all the way up from Texas to compete with us at Branson. They took home the gold rings from this weekend. So, guys, thanks for making the trip up, and hopefully everybody made it home safe. And can't thank you enough for hanging in there with us.
That's awesome, Dave. That's awesome. Folks, thanks for tuning in. Remember, Game7Baseball.com. Go check it out. We're going to be out at Warrenton Athletic Complex. They got other venues, Tennessee, Q-Town. I'm sure they're going to be down south again for Cinco de Mayo Slugfest. I think it's at the lake, correct? Max,
yeah, that's where I'm headed to this weekend, Cinco at Lakeo.
Oh, sweet. So enjoy. You know what, Dave? We got to get you. We'll definitely bring you in from the lake. We'll get Dave on a quick shout out. So we're going to see Nick or Schmidt at Warrenton.
You get the big dog. You get Schmidt out there at Warrenton.
Ooh, sweet. We haven't seen Schmidt yet, so that's fantastic. All right.
Get him on the air.
Absolutely. He's an old pro at it. No worries.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks to Prime Sports Midwest, the call-in link to bring Dave into it. Folks, have a great day in the Lord. All you pitchers, Dave, give him some advice.
Throw strikes.
I love it. And you hitters, hit some bombs.
Hit them where they ain't, right? Or what is it? Hit them where they're not.
Hit them where they ain't. That's it. Folks, we'll see y'all next time.